Kia ora e te whānau, Em here. Welcome to your practice today. This class is called Fluidity and Ease. Inspired by the ocean, this class is designed to give you a sense of invigoration. Working with unblocking and unlocking the energy through the spine and the side body, I encourage you to move with a sense of freedom and expression, and just know that there is no right or wrong here, dropping into the flow of your body. So you might like to have a prop to support you for this practice. It can also be done without any equipment, but you might want a block or something similar to grab when you need it. We're going to start in a seated position, and I invite you, if possible, to start in Vajrasana. So we're going to sit onto the heels, but let's bring some support underneath the buttocks. So whether that be a block or a couple of cushions or pillows, anything that you can find, just to give your pelvis a little bit more height and take a little bit of that load out of the knee joints. So give yourself a few moments to find a comfortable seat here and allow your sitting bones to settle down onto the support. We'll bring the hands facing down onto the thighs. Let the shoulders and arms relax down and close your eyes. Let's bring the awareness to the spine, feeling a nice long line from the tailbone all the way up and out through the crown of your head. Feeling the crown of the head resting over the base of your spine. And draw your chin in towards your throat ever so slightly, just to lengthen out the neck a little more. And bringing your full awareness into your body, allowing your mind to be fully absorbed inside. And turning inwards even deeper as you become aware of the breath. And start to feel and notice the inhale traveling in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils. Noticing how you're breathing today. What is the quality of your breath like right now? Without judging or criticizing or trying to change anything, just observing. Allow your jaw to soften and your face to soften. And we'll move into some circular breathing. So as you take your next inhale, imagining that breath is starting right at your base, right at your root, at the front of your body, just below the pubic bone. Inhaling from this point, that breath traveling all the way up through the belly, through the chest, through the throat, through the face, the sinuses, the forehead, and up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, allow your breath to cascade down the spine, traveling from the top of the head through the neck, the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, and releasing down and out through the tailbone. And begin again at the base, inhaling up the front of your body. Pausing at the top for a moment, and then exhaling down the spine. Continue like this, imagining this breath as like a continuous circle, starting from the base at the front and ending at the base at the back. Adding in a pause for 1 to 2 seconds at the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale. And as you become more comfortable and familiar with this breath pattern, aiming to make it a little smoother, a little more even. Could you make it even a little more gentle? So the breath is deep and slow, but it is also subtle. We're not straining or grasping at the breath. And as you drop deeper and deeper into this circular rhythm, imagining that your breath is like a wave entering in, washing up and over you, and then washing down the spine. The tide flowing in and the tide flowing out. And you'll take 3 more circles of breath, 3 more rounds in your own time. And when you finish your 3 breaths, just allow the breath to return to a comfortable pattern of breath for you. And keeping your eyes closed, lower the chin to the chest. And on your next inhale, begin to circle the head around to the right, gently taking the chin up as you stretch the front of the throat around to the other side. And the exhale takes the chin to the chest again, tracing a semicircle. And before breathing in and coming up and back around again. Drawing these big, beautiful circles with your nose. And allowing the breath to be the guide of how slow or fast you are moving. And try not to make it too mechanical. You might want to bring a little bit of shoulder movement in. You might feel the rib cage and the spine swirling. And next time you reach the chest again in the center, you're going to pause and inhale, come the other direction. Try not to cut any corners. And just notice if you start to rush or speed up. You slow it down. And we'll take 3 more rotations on this side. Sensing into the neck. And allowing the head to land lightly back in the center, on top of the shoulders. And then you can open your eyes, come back into your space, into your surroundings. We're going to make our way straight into a child's pose from here. So you can take that support out from underneath you. And sink your bottom down towards your heels. Press the hips back and down, stretch out the arms. Spread the fingers wide and allow the upper body to melt down towards the earth. And we'll take a couple more circular rounds of breath here. In through the front of the body and out down the back of the body. Feeling that central channel of energy. Sensing the spine. And the head and neck are relaxed here. And as you come to your next breath in, you're going to press into the hands, lift yourself up to a tabletop position. Shuffle the knees slightly forward underneath your hips. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, arching your spine, and exhaling to round and curl, moving the spine through cat and cow. Breathing in, stretch the front body, reaching the top of the head back towards your tail, and exhaling, pressing the floor away, puffing out through the upper back. And continue to move through the spine, really sensing your spine from one end to the other, almost like you're snaking through each vertebra, one at a time, from top to bottom, bottom to top, and again, allowing your breath to initiate and guide the movement. And there might be a few little hip sways or circles, figures of 8 throughout this movement too. If your body starts to organically move this way, just allow that to happen. Let's go 2 more rounds. Beautiful. Coming back to a neutral spine. Take the weight back into your knees and your feet. You're going to sweep the hands towards you. Inhale, raise the arms to the sky, gathering all of your beautiful energy, palms together. Exhaling to draw it back down towards your body. Interlace your fingers together, clasp the hands together, and keeping your palms connected, start to circle the wrists around. So again, finding a nice fluid motion here. See if you can keep the hands working together. You might get a few little clicks here. That's good, that's fine. Beautiful. Releasing those hands down either side of you. Now here's where you can grab your prop or your block if you need it. You're going to place it to the right hand side of you. Slide the left leg directly out from your body and place that right hand either down on the floor underneath your shoulder or on the block. Sweeping your left arm up and overhead, finding that nice long line from the left foot all the way up and out through those left fingertips. And you want to lift the hips a little bit, press the pelvis forward, rotate the chest and the rib cage up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. We're going to circle this top arm around, moving with breath, drawing really big, beautiful circles. And again, you might want to bring the shoulder, the chest into this motion. You might even want to follow the hand with your gaze. Beautiful. Let's go the other way, circling the other direction. Imagining that you're moving through water. Good. Last big circle. And bringing that left hand to your left thigh, you're going to press off the right hand, slide the left hand down the left leg, and stretch up and over to the other side. Again, press the pelvis forward, rotate the rib cage and the right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Breathing into that right side body. One more round of breath here. Beautiful. You're bending now into your left knee and bringing that left elbow onto the knee, sinking the hips down, coming into this kind of baby side angle pose. Keeping lots of space around the neck and the shoulders. Sink a little bit deeper into that left side hip, feeling that stretch through the inner thigh and groin. And then release both hands in front of you to the floor. You're going to see if you can sink down a little bit deeper. So you might sink your bottom back a little bit. You might shuffle that left foot in a little closer towards you. Just play around with what feels good for you. And then when you're here, you might find a little bit of movement, or you might be still. whatever feels good for you. And you might even come down to the forearms. Or maybe the hands are on the block. Good. Come back to your hands if you're not there already. And you're going to slide this right foot out in front of you so that you can sit down on your bottom. And the left leg is stretched out in front of you. Turn your body to face over that left leg. Toes are reaching back towards you. Press down through the floor with your left heel. Take a deep breath in, stretch up. Get as long as you can, and as you exhale, reach forward. Inhale, press into your sitting bones to lift up. Let your right hand come down beside your right buttock and sweep the arm up and over. Lift the hips, lift the heart. Come into this baby wild thing pose. As you exhale, lower the bottom back down. And inhale, raise that right arm back up again. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, lifting back up. Placing the right hand down and opening up. Let's do 2 more like that. Exhale to lower. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reaching forward. Breathe in, rise. Press and lift. Pressing into that left foot and right knee, squeezing the butt. Exhaling to release down. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out, reach. Breathe in, rise. Lift. And exhale to release. Bring that left hand down. Left foot in, squaring your body to the front again. We're going to bring the hands in front of us. Legs are in cross-leg position. And just walk the hands forward a little bit. And round the chin to the chest, rounding through your spine. And again, you might want to sway a little bit side to side here. So we're folding forwards, but it's just a gentle forward fold. Good, lifting back up and making your way back onto your knees. Take your block to the left-hand side of you this time if you know that you need it. And then stretch your right leg out long. Left hand comes down to the block or the floor underneath your shoulder. Right arm reaches up and over. Press the pelvis forward. Breathing into that length down the right side of your body. Nice. Feel the space here. And then begin to circle, moving with breath, the top arm rotating around. And then take those rotations the other direction. How deeply can you move through that right shoulder? Making this movement as fluid and easeful as you can. One more circle. And allowing that right palm to rest down on the right thigh, pressing up and off that left hand as you stretch up and over to the other side. Pressing the hips forward. Left palm is facing down. Stretching up and out through those fingertips. Good. Bending into the right knee now. As you soften down into the hips, bring the right elbow to the right knee. And again, you might want to play around with the positioning of the knee and the foot. Find what works for you. And bringing both hands down to the floor, deepening into that groin stretch even further. Sinking the bottom down. And you might find a little bit of movement here. Just exploring and being curious. What happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? Beautiful. Coming back to the hands if you're not there already, and taking that left foot out in front of you so that you can sink the bottom down and arrive with your right leg stretched out long. Turn your body to face over that right leg and flex the toes back towards you. Take a deep breath in, lengthen up as much as you can, and exhale, flowing forwards. Inhale, press into your sitting bones to lift back up. Let the left hand come next to your buttocks and lift, arching the back, opening the heart. Exhale, lower down. Breathe in to sweep the left arm back up. Exhale, floating forwards. Inhale, rise and lift. Baby wild thing. Exhale, down. Let's go 2 more. So as you exhale, you're just letting your body flow forwards. We're not grabbing anything. Very fluid. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Moving in time with your breath, so you might be slightly slower or faster than me, and that's okay. Awesome. Release that right hand down. Bring the right foot in. Find the cross leg again. Square your body to the front and bring your fingertips in front of you once more. Drop the chin to the chest. You might want to walk the hands a little bit further forward. Exploring that. Beautiful. Then make your way onto your hands and knees again from here, however is easiest for you. Now tuck the toes underneath, press the floor away, fingers spread nice and wide, shifting the sitting bones up, downward facing dog, and start to walk out through those feet. Shifting the weight from left to right, and arching through the lower back, but keeping the front ribs contained. Tilting your sitting bones to the sky. And just play around with moving the hips. Feeling the spine, the shoulders. Remembering to bring some weight into the fingertips. And we're going to take a few rocks and rolls through the spine here. From high plank to down dog. Now, if that's a little too much for you, instead of coming to high plank, you're going to come to your hands and your knees, okay? So as you inhale, lift your heels and start to ripple your body forwards. Chest comes forwards, butt comes down, high plank. So you're here or you're here, yeah? As you breathe out, you're going to lift your sitting bones and peel back up through the spine to downward facing dog. So let's do that 4 more times together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you're going to the knees, it will look like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Just lower your knees to the floor again and release the forehead to the mat. Take the hands behind you. Knees are a little closer together this time for a different version of child's pose or Malasana. Let the backs of the wrists rest on the floor. And just allow that to settle for a moment, reconnecting to breath before we continue to move. You might sense some fluctuations in the breath, in the mind, sensations. It's okay. It is the nature of being human. Just like the ocean, it's never the same all the time. It fluctuates. But the flow remains. Beautiful. Coming back to your hands and knees, let's come back up to another downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, raise the right leg to the sky, bend that knee and open up through the hips. We're going to draw some nice big circles with that top knee. If you want to play around with straightening the leg out and really find some fluidity through that right hip, that right knee, right ankle. And then take those circles the other way. Staying nice and strong through the upper body, keeping your breath going. Then take one more inhale. And as you exhale, take a big step forward in between those hands. Might be 1, 2, 3 steps, as many as you need to get there. And we're staying up on that back toe. And you might want to bring your hands to your support, or maybe just to the floor is fine. We're going to undulate here. So rocking around, side to side, backwards and forwards, circling, swirling. Good, planting the hands down and stepping that right leg back to downward facing dog. Moving through to the left side, take a nice deep breath and sweep that left leg to the sky, bend the knee and let that hip roll open. Now begin to circle, exploring all the different dynamics of that left hip. Again, you might want to straighten the leg. How many different ways can you move and circle that top leg? Coming the other direction. And take one more inhale. Exhale, stepping that left foot through to the front. Again, doesn't matter if it's one step. Keeping that back knee lifted and exploring, sinking the hips down, having a little play with movement here. Good. This time planting the hands, and we're going to step the right foot forward. Take the feet a little bit wider. Point the toes out a little bit and sink the bottom down. Come into Malasana, Yogi squat. Bring the elbows to the insides of the knees, and the palms or the fingertips together. And let your tailbone sink down towards the earth. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. And then just take a little bit of movement here. So you're kind of lifting one heel and rocking from side to side. Staying in your breath. Beautiful. Hands plant to the floor in front of you and step both of your legs back to high plank. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to lower down through chaturanga. Knees or toes is totally fine. Keep those elbows in nice and close, all the way to the floor, forehead to the mat. Hands at either side of you, pressing down into the earth with the tops of your feet and anchoring through your pelvis. Roll your shoulders back. And as you inhale, lift the chest. Cobra. Exhale, peel down. Inhale, lift. So again, exhale, you're flowing through the spine, opening up through the heart, and feeling that wave-like movement through your body. 2 more. Good. On the last one, we're going to lift and hold. Not too high. And exhale, press back, child's pose. Good. Walk your hands back towards you. So you come to sit down on the heels again, like we did at the very beginning. If you need your support here, you can grab that now and pop it underneath your bottom. Then take your right hand on the floor next to you. As you inhale, sweep the left arm up and over, come into a nice deep side bend. As you exhale, push off that hand and sweep up and over to the other side. Moving like this, left to right. Left to right. And you can imagine that these arms are moving through water. So there's that sense of flow, little bit of resistance, and it's almost like a dance. Now, if you'd like to add on, there's an option here to start to lift the hips a little bit. As you sweep over, squeeze the butt and lift. Squeeze the butt and lift. Just see how that feels. It might be a little bit too intense. Or you might find that as you start to warm up into this movement, that the body will allow you a little bit more range and more flexibility. So that hand is kind of going to come closer towards your back foot now. Sweeping up and over, pressing the pelvis forward, lifting the heart. And if that's too much, you just continue with the side to side movement. Closing the eyes if you wish, just getting lost in the breath and the flow of your body here, whatever you're doing. Good, last one, each side. And releasing down. Taking your legs out in front of you and giving them a little shake. Make some noise on the ground. And slide your bottom forwards and peel yourself down to the mat. Take hold of your knees and your hands at arm's length away from you. And then keeping the knees together, the legs together, you're going to draw some circles with the knees, massaging through your lower back and the top of your butt there, your glute med. And release your feet to the floor. Take them out a little bit wider. And bring your arms out into a cactus shape either side of you. So bent at the elbows, 2 right angles. And let your knees window screen wipe side to side, allowing the whole lower body to twist and rotate. And next time your knees come to the left, you're going to pause and see if you can take that left foot, the left ankle, on top of your right knee. So your outside of your left foot is pressing to the outside of your right knee. Just bringing a little bit of a stretch and a twist down that right side border, the lateral border of your body. release. Knees to the right. Take your right ankle to the outside edge of your left knee. Same thing here. Good, and release. Finally, hugging both knees nice and tight into your chest, bringing the forehead up towards the knees, making your body as little as you can, make a little ball. And then releasing, stretching out, making your body as long, taking up as much space as you can. Make some space between your heels. Arms out by your sides, away from the side of your body, palms facing up. Allow your fingertips to curl in. Allow your jaw to soften, the lips to part slightly, the face to relax, shoulders to relax down. Eyes are closed with your eyeballs really gently resting in the sockets. And allow your body to breathe for you. No more effort. Soaking in all the goodness from your practice. Restoring energy, revitalizing, invigorating. You can stay here for as long as you wish. If you need to move back into your day, you can begin by wiggling the fingers and toes. Noticing the sensations that you can feel in your body. Bending your knees, gently rolling to one side, then pausing on your side for a moment, perhaps reflecting on anything you may have learnt or felt, sensed during that practice. And using your hands to gently make your way back up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Make sure that you drink plenty of water. After all, we are made up of at least 70% water, so please stay hydrated, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you.